So today we really saw, well, today, like it was today for me, yesterday for you guys. Actually, it'll still be yesterday because it's past midnight by the time I'm uploading this. Forget about all that stuff. But Bronny James right here. Bronny had a really, really, really good game. Honestly, I was so impressed by how he played yesterday. And I was as impressed by his interview after the game. And I think it's one thing when, like, to have criticism based on what we've seen. Look, this is the best game Bronny has played, literally, in his life. He did not have a good game at USC. He did not have any games like this in high school. Like, I watched the kid play in London. He's about 17. He didn't even look better than English kids his own age. And look, he was really good. Are you jumping the gun and saying, look, he's an NBA player based off a G League game, especially one where he had as green a light as possible because Olivari and a few other players weren't there for the Lakers and they were really, really poor on the day? I wouldn't overreact, but the fact that he was able to carry a team that might have been weakened means, okay, maybe he's not NBA level, but like G League? Yeah, I think maybe jumping a gun on that. And I don't think he'd shown anything in college or he showed anything in high school to say that he'd be even a great G League player. But in fairness, like, that was the best game he played, so there's no knocking that. But I was actually impressed as much as anything by his interview afterwards, and I do feel like him playing G League road games was not like a Lakers decision. I think that was a Bronny decision, and fair play to him finally stepping up and making the decision. Before we get onto it, if you guys are new to the channel, we're doing Hoopsmas. We were trying to upload 250 videos between the 1st and 25th of December. We're not going to be able to do that. We are still going for like 200-ish, but it's still more basketball content than anywhere else. And before we get on to that, anything else, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 8,250 by the end of the day. But let's go and talk about Bronny James. So, as they played, he ended up playing with the G League, and it had been a circus. It had been an absolute circus with Bronny James. Everyone knows the whole Bronny James circus. And look, I don't think anyone was particularly happy about that, except for, look, I think the whole circus was there just to appease LeBron. I genuinely do think that it was just there to appease LeBron. And then I think this has to be like a Bronny decision because the Lakers would gladly, I genuinely think the Lakers would gladly have Bronny just playing home games and use him as mascot. Because the more he plays, the more chance you get for like embarrassingly bad games in the G League. And I think that's why they were trying to keep him away. Like, he was a part-time G League player. And I think, honestly, the discourse around him has to get to him. Like it does. At least in some way it has to get to him. Maybe not as much as be expected. Like, I don't think the social media stuff, he even sees that. But what I do think is, I think Bronny James, 100%, he has to hear what the likes of Stephen A. and Charles Barkley and all these people are saying about him. Like, it's hard to dodge that. So he went and said, you know what, screw it, I'll play in the G League. He had a good game. And this is what he said after the game.
Feels good to be here with my guys. I just want to play. It's the main thing. So I just, came out here with the G, and I did get some work done, and I just want to play. So that's all I want to do.
What did you think of your game tonight?
Felt pretty good. Got some points on the board, so I was feeling good out there. But I'll just continue to play my game and learn from every game.
Is there something that makes you comfortable about being here in Phoenix? Being that there was a report that you weren't going to do road games, but you wanted to come down here. You worked out with the Suns. You came here 5 years ago and played in the Hoop Hall West and caught that alley-oop dunk, for Sierra Canyon. So what is it about this place that makes you feel so comfortable?
I wouldn't say it's Phoenix that makes me comfortable. I'm just trying to grow, as I get older and trying to improve my game as much as I.
And that's the big thing is, like, I think that's the first time we've heard Bronny say the words, I want to play, and mean it. Like, everything was just words Bronny was saying, and then he was very much getting every sort of preferential treatment imaginable. He was only playing home games. He was the mascot. He was. And obviously, I don't know whether it was, I think the Lakers would have been happy having the mascot, so it had to have been a Bronny decision. Because it was empty. Like, he played in front of an empty crowd in the G League. And there was no, like, big, oh, Bronny's playing road games, he's playing this game, let's try get a crowd in. It was just a normal old G League game, a couple of hundred people in attendance. And Bronny James showed up. And even after that, he was asked about the game, him scoring 30, and he just kept saying, I just want to play, I just want to play. I just want to play and get better. And look, if that's the case, he's going to have a long pro career. And the unfortunate thing is, like, even watching the game yesterday, it's still highly unlikely he plays the NBA level. He's not an NBA level defender. He's a mediocre NBA level defender. But to make it in the NBA at his level of defense, you have to be an elite offensive player, and he's not a good NBA offensive player. Like, he is like, even his whole movements, he's very evidently LeBron's kid. The way he moves, just his mannerisms are very similar to LeBron. It's just he is 6'1" and not 6'9". He is like if LeBron was 4 inches shorter, less athletic, less aggressive, less good as a passer, slower. Yeah, that's basically what he is. Again, good pro. Like, initially, my whole thing was, I was like, look, I thought there were better pros than him in the Irish Superleague because, and to be fair, I still think there are. Like, there was a guy that was just signed in the Irish League who was like he was like the leading scorer, I think, for Charleston, who made the tournament. And like, they ran Alabama close last year. So based off what Bronny did in college, like, yeah, probably better, but that's like top of the top in the league. But in general, like, it's good. Recent decisions allow him playing road games, a move many see as beneficial. Will accelerate his growth. I mean, it gives him a chance. And I mean, I don't mean it as in it gives him a chance to be an NBA player, because I just think genetics and, like, you don't improve at that level. If you're going to make the league at 6'1", you either need to have superhuman passing ability, be an absolute dog on defense, or have an absolutely elite first step. He's athletic, but he is athletic he moves like a big guy, but he's 6'1". Like, he moves like a 6'9" player, but he's 6'1". So I do think, though, if he does want to progress, he does want to have a really good career. He could have a really good career. He could go, I think what he's shown in the G League, you can look at a guy that might be able to go, like, maybe not ACB, but like Leb Gold. I thought he was like a Leb Silver max player. Like, he's like high Leb Gold level player. And he could live in some of the best cities in the world and play basketball if he wants to. I'm just not sure if he does. I still think the reality is that whatever happens, like, he probably plays 1 or 2 seasons in the G League, plays less than 30 NBA. He never plays over 15 minutes in an NBA game before April in his career, and fizzles out. But at least, even if it does fizzle out, at least we have this game. So it's like, oh, do you guys remember when Bronny did that in the G League? And that the entire prevailing narrative is literally not, oh, remember how bad Bronny James was. At least he got this one game. But anyway, I'll see you guys.